What if I told you that one of the most expensive and ambitious construction projects in human history wasn't built on land, but created entirely from the sea? Imagine looking out over the Arabian Gulf and deciding to build a giant palm tree visible from space. No concrete foundation, no natural island, just sand, rock, engineering, and an idea so bold that many experts believed it would fail. Yet today, millions of people visit Dubai's Palm Islands every year. But here's the real mystery. How did engineers stop an artificial island from simply washing away into the ocean? And what secrets, challenges, and controversies lie beneath the luxury villas and five-star resorts? This is the untold story of Dubai's Palm Islands.
In the late 1990s, Dubai faced a major challenge. Unlike neighboring Gulf nations, Dubai's oil reserves were limited and expected to decline in the future. The city's leaders understood that relying on oil alone would never secure long-term prosperity. They needed a new vision, one that would transform Dubai into a global destination for tourism, business, and luxury living. At the center of this vision stood Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who believed Dubai could become one of the world's most recognizable cities. But there was a problem. Dubai's coastline was relatively short. More beachfront property meant more hotels, more tourists, and more investment. The question was simple yet almost impossible. How do you create more coastline when nature doesn't provide it?
The answer sounded like science fiction. Instead of expanding inland, Dubai would expand into the sea itself. Engineers proposed building an enormous artificial island shaped like a palm tree, one of the most iconic symbols of the Middle East. The design wasn't chosen merely for aesthetics. A circular island would provide limited beachfront, but a palm-shaped structure with multiple fronds would dramatically increase the amount of waterfront property available for development. Every branch could host luxury homes with direct beach access. The concept was brilliant on paper, but no one had ever attempted a project of this scale before. Critics called it impossible. Supporters called it visionary. Construction on Palm Jumeirah began in 2001. What followed was one of the largest land reclamation efforts in human history. Rather than using concrete foundations, engineers relied primarily on natural materials. Massive dredging ships sucked sand from the floor of the Arabian Gulf and sprayed it into position using advanced GPS technology. The accuracy was astonishing. Some construction vessels operated with positioning precision measured in mere centimeters. More than 100 million cubic meters of sand were moved to create the island's shape. To put that into perspective, it would be enough sand to fill millions of large dump trucks. Slowly, a giant palm tree began emerging from the sea. Yet creating the island was only half the battle. Nature immediately became the project's greatest enemy. Waves, tides, storms, and ocean currents constantly threatened to erode the newly formed land. Engineers needed a solution before years of work disappeared beneath the water. Their answer was a gigantic crescent-shaped breakwater surrounding the island. Built using millions of tons of rock, the barrier stretched for miles around the palm. Some individual rocks weighed several tons each. The breakwater acted like a shield, absorbing the force of incoming waves and protecting the island from erosion. But a new problem soon emerged. The barrier was so effective that water circulation inside the palm became restricted, creating concerns about stagnation and environmental damage. To solve this unexpected challenge, engineers redesigned portions of the breakwater, creating large openings that allowed seawater to flow naturally through the structure. Advanced computer simulations helped predict water movement and circulation patterns. This adjustment demonstrated something important about mega projects. Even the best plans must evolve when confronted with reality. The palm wasn't simply being built, it was being continuously re-engineered as new challenges emerged. Every solution revealed another problem, and every problem demanded a new innovation. As construction progressed, the world watched in fascination. Satellite images showed the palm shape becoming increasingly visible from above. International investors rushed to purchase properties before construction was even completed. Luxury villas sold at astonishing speeds. Wealthy buyers saw the palm not only as real estate, but as a symbol of status and exclusivity. Owning a home on a man-made island seemed like something from a futuristic dream. Global media outlets featured the project as evidence that Dubai was willing to attempt what other cities considered impossible.
But behind the glamorous headlines, thousands of workers face the reality of constructing a megacity in one of the world's harshest climates. Temperatures frequently exceeded 40 degrees Celsius. Equipment operated around the clock. Dredging ships, barges, cranes, and construction crews worked continuously to meet ambitious deadlines. The scale of coordination required was staggering. Hundreds of companies and thousands of engineers, laborers, planners, and specialists contributed to turning a sketch into reality. The Palm became not only an engineering project, but also a logistical masterpiece. Then came one of the Palm's most recognizable landmarks, Atlantis the Palm. Opening on the Outer Crescent, the resort became a global symbol of Dubai's luxury tourism industry. Its grand opening featured celebrities, fireworks, and worldwide media coverage. The hotel attracted visitors from across the globe and helped establish Palm Jumeirah as more than a residential development. It became a destination in its own right. Suddenly, tourists weren't just visiting Dubai, they were visiting an island that didn't even exist a few years earlier.
Despite its success, the Palm Islands project also faced criticism. Environmental groups raised concerns about the impact of large-scale land reclamation on marine ecosystems. Changes in water flow affected local habitats, while dredging operations altered portions of the seabed. Some experts questioned whether such projects could be fully sustainable in the long term. Others argued that the Palm represented a remarkable example of human innovation overcoming geographical limitations. The debate continues today, reflecting a larger global question. How far should humanity go in reshaping nature to achieve economic and technological ambitions? Palm Jumeirah was originally only the beginning. Developers envisioned an even larger network of artificial islands. Projects such as Palm Jebel Ali and the World Islands aimed to push the concept even further. Some faced delays due to economic downturns and global financial challenges, reminding everyone that even the most ambitious dreams remain vulnerable to economic reality. Yet the very existence of these projects demonstrated Dubai's willingness to think on a scale rarely seen anywhere else on Earth fail.
Today, Palm Jumeirah stands as one of the greatest engineering achievements of the 21st century. It transformed Dubai's coastline, expanded its tourism industry, and became one of the most recognizable artificial structures ever built. What began as an impossible idea evolved into a thriving community filled with homes, hotels, beaches, restaurants, and attractions. Millions of visitors walk its streets without realizing that every step they take is on land that didn't exist before the 21st century. So, let's return to the question we asked at the beginning. How do you build an island in the middle of the sea and stop it from disappearing? The answer is a combination of vision, engineering, persistence, and an enormous willingness to solve problems nobody had encountered before. The Palm Islands prove that when humans combine imagination with technology, even the boundaries between land and ocean can be rewritten. But they also leave us with a new question. If we can create entire islands from nothing today, what seemingly impossible landscapes might humanity build tomorrow? The story of Dubai's Palm Islands isn't just about luxury or tourism, it's about one of humanity's boldest attempts to reshape the world itself